So what do you think we should do to let more people know about it?
We think we should definitely have more visitors to the area because as the survey showed, there were really not that many people who went there. And it's basically just because not many people know about it. And I think that if we have the area, it'll be good to use it.
I feel like I had to work to learn. I think it's because that we had to walk up there and do all these steps in order to get our labs and things set up out there in like the different zones and the fields and things like that.
Can I just say 7.5 even though there's no category for it?
You think that would be an apt description, or do you think you need to follow the chart?
I think that I can go off the chart if I really think it's in the middle.
What impacted me the most was that the teachers would leave us alone and let us do our work on our own, and it really helped me learn.
I trying to get it out or go in? I think it's both. Both.
Why are we doing this?
To find out how old the tree is.
How are we going to do that? By screwing into it. Here we go.
And then as it goes in,
It gets lighter than darker.
Well, it's getting darker because it's rotten in the middle.
Oh.
So we were going to try and take another sample at a different part of the tree. Take this back and sand it down, and then you can see all the individual little rings so that you know you can age it at least a little bit. Unfortunately, because it's rotten in the middle, it's going to be really hard to do that.
yeah.
It's more sand-based. What do you think?
Clay, definitely clay. Because we found lots of clay in there. Because you can see right here, this is all clay. All here, this is all clay. All that's clay here.
Let me roam over.
Clay will definitely hold on a lot of its to a lot of water, but what we have right here is kind of a mix of clay and silt, so it's not super. But the other thing that clay holds on to are nutrients. So if you look at this rock right over here, this rock is limestone, and limestone has lots of calcium in it. So all the calcium is sort of eroding off of that and filling the soil with lots of nutrients, and wild leaves love those nutrients.
I think that the Dorset Park Natural Area is a nice place to go and have fun. And also, I think that this unit was a lot of fun because it was something new and something different. And it was something that we weren't used to, so it was a challenge.
Giant sea monkeys. The monkeys are really tiny. Does this count as animal tracks?
So how does finding the angle tell you the height of the tree? Well, why are you doing it?
To get the height, because teachers told us to.
Really? That's the only reason why?
Oh, they didn't explain to us why.
Okay, well, what do you think?
To measure the height of the trees.
All right, why would you need the angle to measure the height of the trees? What do you guys think?
Because you just can't climb up the tree, so you have to use the angle and do some mathematics or something.
Yeah, we can calculate it.
So, something to think about and ask your teacher back in the classroom, right?
Yeah.
So looking at this problem here, using your calculator, can you calculate how tall this tree is? Let me explain it a little bit. The tree is too tall to measure. But it's a sunny day. There are no trees around it. And it throws a shadow of 15 feet. I'm going to keep things in feet for now. Next to it is a very happy looking 6-foot person. And they know that their shadow is throwing a shadow of 4 feet.
Your question is, how does where you live influence you? You want an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion if possible. You will have 25 minutes to do that.
You kind of had to like think about what you were doing. You couldn't just jump in and like do it. You had to have several steps to it to do it.
A management plan for what we're gonna do to Dpna. So, you guys have anything to say?
But like how to manage Dpna.
Yeah.
On spreadsheets, we're finding like the total averages in all the different zones of different trees and like average height of grass and the height of trees to help us make our management plan more accurate.
Well, the question was, what is the goldenrod means? Are they in centimeters or meters? And I figured it out by, well, the mean of the field was 0.99 something for goldenrod, and it probably wouldn't be centimeters because centimeters, if it was 0.99 centimeters, it would be less than a centimeter, and goldenrods are much higher, more than like a meter. So I knew it was meters, 0.99 meters.
And you figured that out because you what? You did what?
I realized that it didn't seem right, and it was the reality.
A reality check?
Yeah.
Because shade intolerant means they rely on like the sun and they need it to be sunny. And so if the grass and the goldenrod are in the field zone where there's lots of sun, then and they weren't in the transition zone or the mature forest where there wasn't much sun, it means they're shade intolerant.
Why? How do you know that? Based on what evidence?
Because the field zone is really sunny, and that's where most the goldenrod is mostly in the field zone. Like there was 126 stems of goldenrod in the field zone, and then a lot less in the transition, and even less in the forest. So it was so it means there's a lot more goldenrod in the field zone because there's a lot more sun, and so they're shade intolerant.
Well, since we're in 7th grade, we have a lot more responsibility, and the work is good, I guess. Yeah, and it's much more. The work is much more important because it could change Dpna.
And there's a due date, so we need to get right to the work.
And our work will actually affect other people, unlike before last year where you just write a paper with 200 people and it really affect anything.
It would just be a paper for writing, for learning, but for this, it's a management plan to change Dpna and to help our community.
So that's important to you guys?
Yes.
I learned that limestone burns from acid, a certain type of acid.
It takes a lot to work. You have to work with your group, and you have to read the directions and assign things. You have to be able to work together in order to make it work. And you gotta.
Something I learned today was that the bigger the surface area, the slower it will take to dissolve. And
yeah, we didn't really learn much, but right now we are figuring out about how tall the tree is, and we are figuring out about the circumference, and we're gonna
There's a lot of clay in the Dorset Park National Area.
Anything else?
And it's okay to get dirty.